Hello and welcome to the London Aquatics Centre for Aquatics GB Championships. It is all going on here. We're here poolside for the rest of the week. It is day 2. If you missed day 1 yesterday, then firstly, where were you? And secondly, go back and watch the highlights over on the YouTube channel because it was a brilliant evening of racing. But we've also got a brilliant evening of racing coming up today. Later on from 6:45, we'll be building up to the A final, the junior finals and the para finals because they're very important. Remember, these athletes are trying to be crowned British champions, but they're also trying to get a spot on that plane to Paris. But before all of that, we've got the B to Paris. That was the Olympics. Obviously, I'm talking about Singapore. I don't know where my head is at today, but there we go. It's very hot poolside. But before that, we have got the B finals. So let's tell you what is coming up this evening. We've got 6 of them to feast your eyes on. At 6 o'clock, it's the men's 50-metre breaststroke. After that, we've got the men's 200-metre butterfly, the women's 400-metre IM, followed by the men's 400-metre IM, the women's 100-metre backstroke, and then the women's 100-metre backstroke para. So, to take you through all of these 6 B finals, I'll hand you over to our commentary team of Andy Jameson and Dan Jervis.
Thank you, Betty. Night 2. Can't wait for this one. What a night it was yesterday. All sorts of fireworks going off. Absolutely loved it. And joined again by double Olympic finalist on the 1500 metres freestyle, Dan Jervis. And we got the women's 1500 metres freestyle final heat this evening, in which Emily Bloxage, the prodigious junior, is hopefully going to win yet again and see if she can get close to that qualification time for Singapore for the World Championships later this summer. First race up is the B final of the men's 50 metres breaststroke. Dan, what are you looking forward to this evening?
This evening, I'm definitely looking forward to Emily Bloxage, who's 1500. You know, obviously she needs to. She's expected to win, and I think she knows that. And it'll be good to see how she deals with that. But I feel like every time we see Emily swim, I feel like she PBs every time, which is so excited. I love it.
Well, she'll need to PB if she's going to do a qualification time. That's coming up later. Here is the first race up, the B final of the 50 breaststroke. And Elliot Woodburn right in the centre. There's the fastest seed for Kendall with Jacob Arman of Swansea, second fastest, and Oscar Bilbao of Repton in lane number 3. The Arizona State Sun Devil. And Rafe Dobson of University of Stirling in lane 6. Of course, it is a new Olympic event. And, well, I think previously, I can just rock up and do a 50 metres fly back breast free and do really well. I think the approach to 50 strokes now is going to change completely going forward. Anyone who thinks it's an easy ride to make the team for the 50s, just ask Adam Peaty or Ben Proud. They'll tell you. The B final, the men's 50 metres breaststroke. Fastest seed in 4, Woodburn of Kendall. Just one next breaststroke. It is now an Olympic event. It's been in the World Championships for the last 25 years. It's only just been accepted by the International Olympic Committee. And in lane 4, super start there. The big, powerful, strong stroke of Elliot Woodburn. And it really is powerful, but he has no pause in that stroke. He's really driving forward. This is a good swim. His time this morning in the heats was 28.23. 28.23, it's very close indeed. Who's going to get the touch, 4 or 5? Woodburn gets it, 28.32. Just slower than that time he did in the heats this morning, but 1/100th of a second ahead of Jacob Arman of Swansea. 1/100, splitting first and second.
I know, that's like the length of your nails, that is, isn't it? I think with that one, we saw Elliot Woodburn. He had the best dive, he had the best first 25. That gave him great momentum going into the last part of that race. He smashed it. That was a great start.
Well, he certainly did, but coming back at him was Jacob Arman in 5. And at this stage, it was Woodburn, but then coming in, look at that. It's just, oh, I say. Well, if you clap your hands as quickly as possible together, clap, clap, it's about 1/10 of a second. If you can do that, you're very good. That was 1/10 of that. 100th of a second, splitting first and second. Elliot Woodburn winning the B final, the men's 50 breaststroke from Jacob Arman in second, Maya third, Bilbao fourth, Dobson fifth. But all the B finals straight out the traps here this evening. Next is the men's 200 fly, then 400 medley. The 400 medley for women, then the 400 medley for men. 100 metres backstroke for women. And then there's the para women's 100 metres backstroke. So here we go. This is the B final of the men's 200 fly. Rhys Edwards of Swansea in 1 and 2. It's Sam Cook of Birmingham, 3 Charlie Broom of Leeds, Ruben Robotham Keating of Loughborough in 4, Patrick Braddock of Swansea, there he is in lane number 5. 6 is Thomas Sansom of Loughborough University swimming team, 7 Albert Branch of City of Sheffield, and Brodie Gordon Gibson of Edinburgh University will be closest to us. Well, Dan, they were 204s down to 202s. What do you think they'll be looking for as a target here this evening?
I think most of these lads are not too far away from breaking that milestone of 2 minutes anyway, so if they fight each other in this, we could see a few dip under.
Well, that would be fantastic. 2 of the guys have got lifetime bests of 2 minutes point something. And if you're going to do it, this is the place to do it. The 2025 Aquatics GB Championships, the World Championship Trial. Four lengths of the pool. It's the B final, the men's 200 fly. Allowed 15 underwater, very close indeed, down in lane 8 to Brodie Gordon Gibson. That was an excellent start, used all of that 15 metres underwater. And in these early stages, it's all pretty even, breathing every 2s, that's good. Keep his chin nice and close to the water when he does breathe. Nice, really nice technique.
Yeah, really nice technique from him. Also, we saw a good start there from Ruben Robotham Keaton and Rhys Edwards in lane 1 now. As we said earlier, that first 50 kind of finishes itself, but it does set you up as well for going into that middle 100. The third 50, talking to Alice Thomas yesterday, can be the most important 50 in the 200 fly to set you up nicely for that last length, which is the hardest.
Well, Alice Thomas, Welsh superstar 200 fly, won the Commonwealth Games. Oh, now which one was that? Was that Gold Coast?
It was Gold Coast, the best race I've ever seen, Andy. I was racing the next day, so I wasn't there in the building, but let me tell you, I was screaming from my room.
Well, can I tell you, I was there. Look at this. Lanes 1 and 8. So 1, 4 and 8, very unusual. Rhys Edwards up there in 1 from Swansea. 4 is Ruben Robotham Keating from Loughborough, and 8 closest to us, Brodie Gordon Gibson of Edinburgh University. Starting to come back now a little bit is Patrick Braddock of Swansea in 5. 50 metres to go. Lovely slow strokes rate in lane 8.
Yeah. So we've seen a really good swim from Rhys here and Ruben. But I know Rhys quite well as a friend, and I know this morning there was a few things he needed to tweak for tonight, and it looks like he's done it very well. He's swimming excellent in this last length.
Well, he's tweaking him, certainly. Look at this. He's tweaking the field as well, right at the top there. Rhys Edwards, Dan's friend, is swimming really well. Come on, hold on. Also charging in too is Sam Cook with that red hat on. Who's going to get the touch? Oh, I say, very close indeed. I think Rhys Edwards got it. He did. 2:01.98 from Cook. 2:02.13. So 15/100 splitting the first 2 and 19/100 splitting the first 3. Very close indeed. So lane 1 was first, lane 2 was second, lane 8 was third. Very unusual.
Yeah, you don't really see, I mean, it's not unheard of, but you usually see the middle lanes finish 1, 2, 3 or closer to the top, but it's so great to see the outside lanes winning that event, because it just means that if you've got a lane, you've got a chance.
You like that phrase, don't you? If you've got a lane, you've got a chance. Who said that to you?
I do, and the reason why I like it is because one of the best swimmers in history, give it to me, it was Rebecca Adlington.
I'll tell you what, she's a superstar. Double Olympic champion, double Olympic bronze as well, 4 years later. Lovely lady. And a great distance freestyler as well, 800, 1500 metres freestyle. World record holder on the 8. broke that world record. What a fantastic swim that was to win gold in Beijing. What a race that was, though. Lanes 1, 2 and 8. Outstanding swimming on the men's 200 fly. And see confirmation of the result of that B final. Rhys Edwards, Dan's mate, wins it, 2:01.98. Sam Cook second, and Brodie Gordon Gibson in third. Always an interesting one, that, when they come out. I always wonder what kind of state people's heads are in when they come out on the poolside. And some people, when they go the wrong way, we go, just slow down a tiny bit. Just concentrate on what you're doing. You went the wrong way coming out onto the parade.
Do you know, when you're walking out, because you're so fixated on thinking about the race, you can forget your surroundings. So sometimes you have to walk out left, sometimes you have to walk out right, and it's quite easy to get wrong, Andy.
You think so? It's the final session of the National Championships, and you don't know which way you're going to go. It's really interesting. I guess everyone's slightly different, aren't they? This is the B final of the women's 400 medley. I have seen many Olympians do that when they have the parade out for the Olympics. Holly Marshall going in lane number 4 from Lincoln Vulcans, the fastest seed in this B final. At World Championships 50 back in Doha, 4 and 5 swam in the wrong lanes. I presume they got disqualified. I don't remember that. We'll do some research and find out what happened. A big guy as well. Hunter Armstrong it was, one of them. From the USA, world record holder for a while on that 50 backstroke. But this is the women's 400 medley B final. And I'm delighted they found the right lanes here, Dan, because they're off, but they've got a really tough event, the 400 medley. And this always in the discussion for one of the most difficult events on the programme.
Yeah, it's definitely up there, definitely top 3, because you've got to be good at all 4 strokes. There's so many elements to this race that you've got to get right. You've got to do all different kinds of turns, and you just got to be fit enough to finish it as well, you know. You've got to finish strong in the 100 freestyle.
Let's hope they are fit enough to finish it. But I take your point. I mean, it's not only fit enough to finish, but it's swimming tactically the correct way to do it, to make sure that you can finish and deliver your best self in the pool in that race all the way through. That final time, of course, so important. And look at this first 100 metres from Holly Marshall. She's an excellent fly swimmer. She certainly is. In the British Summer Championships, 18-year-olds, 5th in the 200 fly there. So she is a super 200 flyer, but she's got, what, about a 5-metre lead after that first 100?
Yeah, she was quite quick coming off the backstroke turn then. She wasn't underwater for that long, but look how far ahead she is. She's looking so relaxed, she's looking so control, and yeah, she just looks as if she's just holding her place well here.
Well, this roof at this London Aquatics Centre, probably the only thing that I would change about it. It's a wonderful facility, absolutely fantastic, where the London Olympics was held, and it's a super pool, but the roof is not straight. It's got lines on it, but the lines don't go straight. So when you're on backstroke, normally you follow the roof, follow the lines and go straight. But here, if you do that, you go all over the place. And I think in the heats this morning on the 4 AM, we did see one of the swimmers go almost like a pinball machine. Bang, 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 left and right, left and right.
These swimmers are not going slow either, so when you're dragging across that lane rope, it's like you're dragging across a cheese grater.
It does, it really hurts. It does really hurt. And also, another problem, if you really get stuck on it, you can actually get your shoulders stuck under it. You can't lift your shoulder out to get your arm out to do the recovery. And that's not pleasant either. And then you get, well, I call it road rash. What is it? Lane line rash. You know, when you fall off your bike, you get that great big mark on your leg.
Yeah.
It's one of those, it hurts.
It's quite painful. And the lane ropes are quite big, but they've got to try and stop the waves from the next lane getting into yours.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they need 2 lane lines for me, Dan. Well, she's having a really good race here. This is very impressive from Holly Marshall. The fly was excellent. The back's very good indeed. Breaststroke doesn't look too bad at all here. The rest of the field will try and charge back at her. But she's a really brilliant medley swimmer. Was 4th in the B final at the British Summer Championships last year. And Sorry, the Olympic trials last year. Oh, well, 4th in the B final at the Olympic trials. She's winning this B final here. And we talked a lot about what kind of thing the swimmers would like to try and achieve at these kind of championships. And I think, Dan, we were talking about progression, weren't we, earlier on?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't the main competition of the year. For these athletes, the main competition is this year's summer age group championships. Obviously, there's a team as well going to Singapore. But here you're looking for, you know, definitely season's best. We saw a season's best this morning from Holly Marshall. She came into the competition on a 4:59.13, and this morning she's from a 4:58.0. Her personal best is 4:55.19. So she's doing so great right now going on to this last 100 freestyle. I think she's going to get under it, Andy.
She has a great chance of going a lifetime best. It's going to be close. She's got to go, I think, something like a 67 for the last 100 metres freestyle, which she's capable of. But don't forget, that's from her fingertips touching going into the breaststroke, not from her feet leaving the wall. So she's got to really motor down this last 100 if she's going to go lifetime best, but she's got a cracking chance of doing so. Holly Marshall leading. Second at the moment, it's Louise Breasler of University of Bath, with Rachel Hornby of Swansea 1 lane closer to us from that those chasing two. But no doubt about the leader, and she's got 11 or 12 metres now leaders, Holly Marshall.
Yeah, she's looking really strong, and she's really tight. She's really built this race well. She looks very strong in this last 50, and she just looks as if she could just turn and go again.
Well, she looks great, doesn't she? This is excellent. Season's best is 4:58.0 that she did this morning in the heats, and I think she's going to be way under that. Let's see if she can get close to that lifetime best. She's going to be right on it, maybe just outside 4:55.1. Oh, look at that, 4:56.5. It's a great swim, a new season's best for Holly Marshall of Lincoln Vulcans. Wins the B final of the women's 400 metres individual medley. Louise Breasler second. Third was Abby Mitchell, came back very well indeed for Swansea University in lane 8. So those three, first, second and third, Marshall, Breasler and Mitchell. Great attack there, it really was. Love the way she went out there on that fly.
Yeah, she done that perfectly. Yeah, she looked so strong in the fly. She got out there. She wasn't waiting for anyone, was she, Andy? She knew what she had to do. She knew she was going into this final 6.5 seconds ahead of second place. The backstroke then, she just kept it. She kept where she was. She looked strong. Breaststroke, she held her place in the freestyle. She just kept speeding up, and as you can see on her face, she was very happy with that time, as she should be.
Super swim.
Now we've seen the results of the women's 400 IM result in the B final. So in third place it was Abby Mitchell from Swansea University, 5:03. Louise Breasler, Bath Uni, 5:03, and winning is Holly Marshall, 5:46. 5:56.
Well, it's a cracking swim. Here we go, straight into the men's B final of the 400 medley. Just see the women. Excellent swim from Holly Marshall to win it. Now, what can these guys do? There's 8 big guys in this B final. Cam Rapson of University of Stirling in 1, and 2, John Britton. Oh, he's a great stalwart of swimming in Great Britain. He's been around for a good long time. Great to see him back in the B finals here. Finley Davis of University of Stirling in 3, Piers Greening in 4 of Stirling. 5 is Charles Kershaw of Swansea. Northumberland and Durham's Lewis Maxwell in 6, Vadim Bosk in 7, and Isaac Dodds of University of Bath in 8. But again, we were talking about progression, see what these guys can do. And there's quite a few guys who are on and around the lifetime best this morning. Love to see them come here and really stick in a big one. There's the Bath athlete right on the end, right in lane 8, closest to us. That's Isaac Dodds. Swansea University, Charles Kershaw. 400 medley final of the 2025 Aquatics GB Championships. It is the trial for the World Championships, the World Para Championships. European juniors as well selected from this, and from that meet actually swims from the European juniors will be selected the World Junior team. And then there's the European Youth Olympic Festival, which also will be selected from here. The European under-23s as well. It's a very, very busy set of selections from the selectors here. Awful lot of stuff going on. Which junior would be better to take, if they can, for experience to the Worlds, or if they can't, maybe send them to European juniors. You went to European juniors, Dan?
Yeah, I did. I went to Dordrecht in 2014. On my team was Holly Hibbert, Abby Wood, Duncan Scott. So on my, Luke Greenbank was on my team.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was fantastic. It set me up well for that year, actually.
How did you do? How did you swim?
I done all right. I won gold. I won gold in the men's 1500 freestyle, and I won a bronze medal in the 4x200 relay with Duncan.
You are allowed to say that, you know. You're allowed to say, yeah, I went there and I won the gold. It is allowed. Excellent. Excellent. It's fantastic to have a proper superstar sitting next to me, distance freestyler. Love it. So, the B final, the men's 400 medley, going well in lane number 6 at the moment. It's Lewis Maxwell of Northumberland Durham, also up there in 3, probably first to turn at the 150 turn, is Finley Davis of University of Stirling. So it's 3 and 6 at the moment. Finley Davis of Stirling and Lewis Maxwell of Northumberland. The breaststroke leg really is the one that sets the field apart. The fly in the back almost seems to be the hors d'oeuvre, and then the breaststroke seems to be the main course, and it just sorts them out all over the place, doesn't it?
It does. You can go from first to last in a breaststroke bit of the 400 IM. That's exactly what happened to me.
I was just going to say, I would have done the same, Dan. So that's the halfway turn in this 400 medley in lane 6. Very good from Lewis Maxwell, but leading at the halfway is still Finley Davis of University of Stirling. Now, expect the big guys in the centre to start making the move, and they are indeed. Look at this in 4. Pierce Greening looks very good from University of Stirling. Also Charles Kershaw coming through in 5. So still leading in 3 is Davis, but Greening in 4, Kershaw in 5. Up there in 6. Well, 7, in fact. Look at that. Vadim Bosk really come through in the first leg of the breaststroke. Excellent first 50.
Interesting to watch Pierce Greening here, because he's swimming very close to that lane line, isn't he? Charlie Kershaw, last year swimming this event, he came 8th in the B final. Tonight he's going in seeded 2nd.
And that's that progression we were looking for. And in lane 7, going very well is Vadim Bosk of Loughborough University. Excellent swimming here. And it looks like he's going to turn first, and he may well, once the push-off has gone, he may well have a 3 or 4 metre lead. Let's have a look. Certainly a full body length it is. So there's clear water just between the feet of Vadim Bosk of Loughborough University. The swimmer in 2nd place is Charles Kershaw of Swansea in 5. But the charge now on, and this will be interesting. 75 metres to go in this B final, the men's 400 medley, and the charge is definitely on.
Yeah, the charge is on, especially from Charles Kershaw here. He's really catching Vadim Bosk quite quick on this last but 150. It'd be good to see Vadim have a really good turn, good underwater. He is quite quick off the walls, and you do see Charlie under for a little bit longer. Now on this last set, you can really see Charles pushing through, but Vadim is looking right at him, so he knows exactly where he is. So can he just keep that little bit ahead?
Well, that's amazing. He looked like he was done on that first 50, but he's come back again. Wow, if you can wake up a little bit on that first 50 of the 100 freestyle, you can go even faster. Great swim. Great swim. 4:25.7. He went 4:32 this morning. Goodness me. Well, that would have made the final, the A final, comfortably. That's a great swim from him. And, you know, he can swim much quicker than that. That first 50 of the 100 freestyle, well, he got caught up quite a lot, but his second 50, 29.4. Well, that's an outstanding split. The fastest of the field from Vadim Boska, the second 50, but I thought he was dead and done on the first 50.
Me too, and that kind of just shows his mental strength in that, because sometimes if you can feel yourself not swimming good, you can kind of just drop back, you can get too involved in the race. He kept his head strong, and he made sure he knew he had enough to finish that 50, that last 50 strong, and he nailed that last 10. He had a fantastic finish on his race there.
Well, he really did. Flyback was decent, but look at the breaststroke. Really drove through on the breaststroke leg and held it, and not only held it but increased the lead. Very, very impressive. Well done. And 4:25.71 from the 20-year-old Loughborough University student. Fantastic swimming. So Vadim Bosk wins the B final of the men's 400 medley, 4:25.7. Kershaw second and Pierce Greening third.
This is the women's 100 meters backstroke B final.
Women's 100 back B final. Sophie de Groot, the fastest seed from Loughborough. Just seen her teammate, Loughborough University teammate, Vadim Bosk, win that 400 medley. Does that affect you at all, Dan, if you see your teammate or your national teammate win the race before and you're about to go in?
It can do both. It can be a positive and a negative, but you do try to spin a positive on it. I mean, if they're your teammate, you're more than likely to have done the same training. So if you can see all your teammates swimming well, it's a pretty good chance you're going to swim well too.
Yeah, it's good to see, very good to see. Here we go, here's the full lineup of this B final of the women's 100 metres backstroke. Shaw in 1, Mainwaring 2, Garrett 3, de Groot 4, Ebbage 5, 6 is more, Hall in 7 and Green is 8. She swam with Molly Garrett's mum, an Olympian. Her dad was one of the coaches. She's in 3. There's de Groot, Sophie de Groot of Loughborough University. And the bright red hat in lane 7. It's Candice Hall of City of Sheffield. Cracking suit, that. Look at that. Love that one. B final, women's 100 metres backstroke. Fastest seed, Sophie de Groot of Loughborough University.
Take your marks.
The feet just on that little ledge that does not move to make sure that the swimmers do not slip on the wall, and very good use of the 15 metres underwater. 2 of the swimmers there in lanes 5 and 7. Caitlin Ebbage and Candice Hall using all of that 15 underwater. Great starts from them. Yeah,
they'll be practicing that start all the time in training. They'll be making sure they do the exact amount of kicks that they do every single day, because you cannot pass that 15. You would get disqualified if you are a centimetre past that 15. And we see it all the time in international competitions, don't we? When the adrenaline takes over, it just enhances your kick a lot more.
Luke Greenbank, unfortunately for Great Britain, did it in Paris. It was really tough because he had a fantastic swim in the heats of that men's 200 backstroke. He really did. He looked wonderful. Such a shame. But this is very good swimming indeed here from the 2 centre lanes. That great start from Caitlin Ebbage, closer to us of those 2 leaders. But coming back is Sophie de Groot on this 4:25, and it's a good swim from her. Who's going to get the touch? I think de Groot's going to get it. She does. She does get the touch. 62.00. Well, that's a new lifetime best from Sophie de Groot of Loughborough University. Give us a smile, come on. Fastest you've ever been in your life on 200 backstroke. So de Groot wins it from Caitlin Ebbage in second of Sterling, and third Molly Garrett of Manchester Aquatics.
De Groot won that on the last metre. I thought they were going to come in at exactly the same time there, but she had a fantastic reach for the finish. In backstroke, you can be completely underwater apart from one part of your body, so they usually stick their foot out at the end.
She did that well as well. Absolutely right, Dan. She just flipped her foot up. And the scoreboard, they're looking down, all the way down at the far end of the pool. It's about 80 metres. It's a long, long way. But Sophie de Groot will have seen number 1 against her name. Wins the B final of the 100 metres backstroke, 62 flat, 23 100ths behind her. Caitlin Ebbage with Molly Garrett in third. So delighted to be joined in the commentary box by Paul Noble. 5 times Paralympian, am I right?
5 times Paralympian, Andy, you're correct, yes. We share some Olympic and Paralympics, don't we? Back in the day?
I think we do, actually.
Yeah,
LA?
we do, yeah.
LA, 84?
Well, it was New York for the Paralympics in 84. That was my first one.
Was it?
But
really?
it was Seoul, yeah. That was the last time the Paralympics were in a different venue from the Olympics back in 84.
That'd be a good quiz question.
Yes, yeah. We've given away the answer now.
We should have gone with... we should have gone with... And then 88?
Seoul,
Yeah.
88. Barcelona, 92.
Yeah.
Atlanta, 96. And I finished off in Sydney, 2000.
Good on you. And just the 15 medals?
Just the 15, yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever put...
I can't argue about it. I was lucky. There's the lineup for this B final of the multi-classification 100 metres backstroke. Some class swimmers in this one and some young emerging swimmers as well. It's multi-classification. There's Abby Kane, who won a medal back in Rio in 2016 in this event as a 13-year-old University of Stirling swimmer in lane number 4. She's a British record holder in her classification. We've got visually impaired swimmers in this one. Abby Kane, partial vision. She's in the S13 classification. Rebecca Hardy-Bishop next to her. She's in the S12 class. And right at the top, Eliza Humphrey. Well, watch out for her. She's in the S11 class, swimmer with no vision at all. She was member of the team for Paris last year. And Eliza Humphrey. Well, in this multi-classification, the swimmers will compete against a standard time for their own classification. And if they achieve that standard time, which is roughly equivalent to the world record, they will earn 1,000 points. So we'll watch out for the points totals as the swimmers come in. There's Abby Kane, a good start for her, 34.09 for Abby. She will be one of the favourites, I said, the British record holder in her classification. Sienna Oxby following her over in second place at that turn. Evie Lambert, the 18-year-old, Connie Ratley as well, the 17-year-old. They're going well in lanes 6 and lane 2 respectively. But it's all about the points here, not necessarily the swimmer who touches the wall first who is going to win this one. Let's see what Abby Kane can do though. Can she get close to that 110 mark? She's just going to be over the 110. She's going to be faster than she went this morning. 111.64. And there's the points from Abby Kane. 734 points. See if anyone can challenge that. Here you see the tapping stick at the top there for the S11 swimmer Eliza Humphrey. That's 620 points for Eliza Humphrey. So it was the swimmer who touched the wall first who gets that highest points total. Good that we're seeing the points totals in the multi-classification finals. So Abby Kane was away like an absolute shot there. And is she coming into the closing stages? I think she'll be pleased with that 111.64 for her. Commonwealth Games representative for Scotland in Birmingham in 2022. She was excited that there are Commonwealth Games events for her in Glasgow next year. So Abby, we might see her in Glasgow next year, let's hope so. The blacked out goggles for Eliza Humphrey will have to be checked before this result is made official. Eliza Humphrey, as I said, a swimmer in the S11 class, a swimmer with no vision at all. She wears blacked out goggles, and those goggles have to be checked before we can get the official result. I think we're okay. Everyone is fine, I think. And Abby Kane, I think, will be confirmed as the winner in terms of points. And that was the lineup. There is the results. Abby Kane, 734 points for the visually impaired Abby Kane, to take it ahead of Sienna Oxby, 657, and Evie Lambert in third position, 639. It's a tie for fourth there, Eliza Humphrey and Connie Ratley, 620 points.
Well, that's the end of the B finals of this session. We got about 15 minutes, in fact, exactly 15 minutes break now. So join us again at 6:45 for the pre-game show with Betty Glover, and then the first finals will be kicking off at 7 o'clock. So 6:45, join us again for the A finals, the junior finals, and the para finals. See you in 15 minutes.